Alice Cooper and the Pretenders here on 102.3 WHTL. It is 11 o'clock. And it's WHTL in Whitehall, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. And being Wednesday at 11, it's time for Open House with Hanson Realty Group.
It's time for the open house on WHTL.
What are you, some kind of real estate agent?
You're joking, right? I don't joke about real estate.
With the Hanson Real Estate Group.
I never understood why people are so afraid to eat at an open house.
I know. The open house starts right now.
And it does. It's Wednesday, so that means open house here on WHTL, and I get to welcome Jacob Lallemont into the studio. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you? Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah, same to you. I'm doing well.
So now with the Packers out of the playoffs and the Vikings gone too, if you're a Viking fan, who are you rooting for?
Just a football fan in general, so just enjoy watching the games. Obviously, would have been nice if the Packers could get it done, but just watch the games for fun now. So.
Yep, and well, we know the Bears still suck, so that's a good thing. And
that's right.
Detroit, I'm not a fan of, so I hope they lose.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Other than that, just that the games are good, then that's what matters.
Right. Absolutely.
That's what matters. How's the real estate business these days?
It's good, Mark. I tell you, people have really broke out of that, holiday hibernation there, and the market's getting busy again. We definitely need some inventory, and properties have been moving even with our cold weather, thanks to Mother Nature here. So,
it's funny. That's what Jackie said last week when she was in, and we were talking that listings are at a premium now. So, if you're out there and you've got a property you're thinking about moving or a home that you want to put on the market, it's a good time to do it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's been very busy that way. I mean, a lot of stuff has been getting a lot of showings, a lot of interest, and we've been putting properties under contract here in these last couple weeks coming out of the holidays here.
Now, one question that everybody kind of wrestles with if they're going to list their property is, what do I price it at? And that's always kind of a challenge to hit just the right balance. You don't want to underprice it, but you don't want to overprice it either. And I think that's why having a professional like a professional real estate agent from Hanson Realty Group, that can help pin it down. Why is overpricing a home a mistake?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously that's what we're here to help with. We got a lot of research. We see these properties sell every day. I mean, overpricing your home can lead to it sitting on the market. And, the issue with that, Mark, is there might be nothing wrong with the home outside of, it's just overpriced right now. And people start getting a bad stigma about it. It just sits there. Well, what's wrong with that place? Why hasn't it sold yet? That kind of stuff. And, buyers have that in the back of their mind when they look at these properties. And, so getting a solid list price right out of the gate, like you said, we don't want to leave money on the table, but we want something where we're going to get a lot of action, a lot of showings, and get that property under contract for you.
That makes a lot of sense. It's it's like anything else. The longer it's on the market, you're right. Even I've had that thought. Gee, why isn't that place selling? There must be something wrong with it. And I think that's an easy perception for people to fall into if it's priced out of the market.
Yeah, without question. I mean, and like I said, that might be the only thing wrong with it is just the price that it's sitting at. It might be a beautiful home, all well maintained, but just because the price scares some buyers off, it sits for a while, and then those questions start coming up. People ask what's wrong with it. So.
And another thing that people are always curious about, should they skip repairs or update before selling? What are the risks of that? Skipping the repairs and maybe doing a little upgrading before you sell.
Yeah, so it kind of goes hand in hand there. I mean, with, just the mind of a buyer. They look under the kitchen sink and the faucet is leaking per se, or there's some scuffed up walls, some stuff like that. It starts bringing more questions to mind. Well, if they didn't fix this, what else didn't they fix?
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of compounds and leads you into that situation where your home may sit out on the market longer than it needs to.
It's funny, too, because I know the other question that comes to mind, too, is... when you look at real estate listings, online or what have you, you look at the pictures, everything is always just perfect. The house is so clean and nice, and it always makes me wonder how much crap did they stuff into a closet somewhere, because my house doesn't always look that way.
Right.
And does clutter affect how a home sells?
Yeah, without question. I mean, just going along with the theme of being in the mind of a buyer, they need to be able to visualize themselves in this place. I mean, this is going to be their home. So if they're, looking in the kitchen and they're moving around boxes of dishes and stuff like that just to see the home, they don't get to really visualize themselves living there. They're more worried about moving around with all the stuff in the way, and that can really just affect them, give a negative showing, and they just move on from that place because it just didn't feel like home to them. So a little bit of decluttering. I mean, nothing too crazy, but just being able to put some of them boxes away or maybe out in a garage or something like that can really just give buyers a better experience at their showing, which obviously hopefully in turn leads to an offer.
Well, appearance can mean a lot.
Yeah.
So, I think that makes perfect sense. The other thing that I know you wanted to mention too was being flexible when it comes to showing a property. Are most people pretty flexible about that, or are some people pretty stringent about when they're willing to do it and when they aren't?
Yeah, for the most part, people are fairly flexible, but obviously, we always try and recommend that to sellers, and a lot of people have that in their plans anyway. But, these buyers, they've got schedules, they've got jobs, they want to be at work at this time or they get off at this time, and being able to, get them in that place when it works in their schedule. I mean, they might be your buyer, but, if you can't let them in the house, well, then we're going to sit there and wait, So being as flexible as possible, and we try and give our sellers as much notice as we can, just so we can prepare for those showings and have the house empty so a buyer can take a look through and when it works in their schedule and hopefully lead to getting a deal put together.
But sometimes being ready to go on the spur of the moment's not a bad thing either.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we definitely try and give some notice, but
Sure.
if the buyer comes in, they're ready to go and this is a place they really want. I mean, it helps out with your sale if you can make that time available for them. So
one thing that we've talked about in regard to Hanson Real Estate Group, and I find it just amazing. Your marketing department's incredible. I mean, you've
Yes.
got really a good marketing group over there, and I know it's a pretty extensive group. But for people who are looking to put a home on the market, or maybe looking to buy a home or a piece of property, I know Hanson has spent a lot of time developing their marketing group.
Yeah.
Why is marketing so important when you're selling a home?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is we have to find you a buyer. Whether no matter what your property is. I mean, we got to get a lot of unique properties, whether it's hunting and farmland, it's commercial property, or just a house. So whatever it may be that way, we got to find you a buyer, and that's obviously I can't say enough good things about our marketing team. They do a fantastic job. Every single day they're out there working on something, and we've reached through the auction and real estate advertising. We reached all 50 states and into some other countries in the last year here. Some of these end of year stats are coming out for us here, and yeah, we've got such a wide reach. I mean, we go and find the buyers, and that's the biggest thing is that I feel gives us a competitive edge that way is we have that reach. We get out nationwide and then some to market your property and hopefully put you in touch with the right buyer.
All right. Well, you've got some properties you want to talk about, and I know the first one over in Warrens. And this isn't this. I know this location because we've taken my granddaughter to the water park up there, and that could be either a good place to rent out, or it could be a good home to even live in. I mean, it's a great location.
Yeah, I mean, like you just hit the nail on the head there, Mark. Fantastic that way. I mean, it's 3-bed, 2-bath. It's walking distance of the Three Bears, the main lodge there. I mean, short drive to Jellystone. So yeah, it would make a great full-time residence, could make a great vacation home for you and your family, or it'd make a great vacation rental, Airbnb, VRBO, that type of deal. I mean, there's a big market for that with all them water parks right there.
Yeah, I mean, you could live in it whenever you wanted, or you could live out there in the summertime and then rent it out for the rest of the year. And
Right.
And I mean, when you're talking 2-bedroom, 3-bath, that's a regular home. I mean, that's just not a cabin.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, with 3 beds, 2-bath there, it's a full size place there. It's really a great location there. I mean, a lot of neat stuff in that Warrens. I mean, obviously you got the water parks, you got the
Sure.
big cranberry festival every year. So there's some neat things in Warrens where it could make a great place to live or a great vacation rental.
Now, is this a straight sale, or is this an auction property?
Yeah, so auction property and bidding ends here January 20th at 6 p.m. So definitely give myself or Jamie a call if you're interested. So
5 more days.
that's right, coming up soon.
Got to jump on it now. And if people want to bid on that, just go to HansonRealtyGroup.com.
You bet. Hanson Real Estate Group or Hanson Auction Group. Either way, you'll be able to find
Okay.
it under our real estate tab there and get logged in and get to bidding.
And then a property in Arcadia, and this looks like a pretty good acreage.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, 105 acres here, real level ground. I mean, good soil there. It'd be a great addition to any farm operation. It's, flat location would make it a great potential building site with some land behind it there, or it could be a great investment property, Mark. I mean, between renting out the tillable income, or it could be a potential development only 5 minutes from Arcadia. So really flexible property you could do a lot of stuff with here.
Well, yeah, I mean, land like that out by Arcadia, that doesn't come easily. So, I
Right.
mean, and you're looking at 105 acres. That could be probably subdivided. You could probably put crops on it. You could probably do anything you wanted.
Right, exactly. It's super flexible that way, and like you said, I mean, a chunk like this close to Arcadia is an extremely rare find, so definitely something worth checking out if that's what you're looking for.
Now, is this an auction property as well?
That is correct. Yep. So bidding's open now, closes February 17th, so we got a little time here on this one, but if you're interested, give us a ring and check it out. I mean, like I said, it's a really flexible property. It could be great for a variety of things.
And a place out in Alma you want to talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. So this one here, Mark, I mean, this is a rare opportunity for anybody that's looking to maybe become their own boss or expand on their real estate investments here. It's the Woodlands Retreat. So it's up for bidding now. It's got the big lodge that you could either live in, make it an office area, or just keep renting it out for additional income. You got 4 cabins to rent out there and 5 hotel rooms. So really a neat property. I mean, it's turnkey business, great exposure right along the Great River Road there, Highway 35. So really good visibility for your business, and just could be a neat opportunity, turnkey business for the right buyer.
Does it have riverfront property then with it, or is it just near the river?
Just near the river. So we're
Okay.
just across the road from the river here. So like I said, it's right in proximity. It's got some fantastic views from up there. That's definitely worth checking out. Like I said, definitely is a neat property and gives you the opportunity to become your own boss if you'd like to. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, you could live in the main building, and then you've got the rental properties that you can keep busy with hunting and fishing and racing over at Mississippi Thunder Speedway
bet.
and all that other good stuff.
yeah, exactly. I mean, with all that traffic there, and like you said, all the opportunities that river stretch and that Buffalo County area provide, I mean, there's opportunities to keep it busy all year long.
Now, this is an auction property as well.
That's correct. Yep. And this one closes February 18th. So once again, got a little bit of time here. We do have an open house coming up here on January 28th. So definitely a property worth checking out if you're interested in like I said, potentially becoming your own boss.
All right, go check that out with the open house. And Jacob, I appreciate you coming in. Great information as usual. Always good to see you.
Always good to see you as well, Mark. Thanks for having me on.
Who's in next week? Do you know?
I believe we got Josh Becker next week.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll look forward to talking to Josh. Open house here on WHTL with Hanson Real Estate Group. Thank you, Jacob.
You bet. Thank you, Mark.
All right. Next week, it looks like it'll be Josh Becker here in the house for open house with Hanson Realty Group. Go check these out. You'll find it on our Facebook page, too, because, of course, we live stream open house every Wednesday, so these properties will be listed on our Facebook page. Go check it out. You can also find them at HansonRealEstateGroup.com.